Hello all. Been in the gym today, so I'm a bit knackered. But I'm here for Not the Evening News nonetheless. Hope you guys are ready for it too. It's going to be some fun times. What have you guys been up to today? Feel free to sound off in the comments section. While I'm getting set up, feel free to do as you please. It's a free country, after all. Just got back from the gym. I feel good. I feel great. I feel wonderful. I hope you guys are having a good day as well. I hope you're all behaving. I shall actually start the Not the Evening News at 12:30. So at the moment I'm just getting set up, but I go live while I'm setting up just on YouTube and TikToks. Just to, I don't know why I do it really. Let people join, I guess, if they want to listen to some news. Then they can get in it early. I've forgotten my flavoured water from the gym though. That's a bit annoying. I pay the extra, I don't know what it is, a month, like £3, £4 a month to get the flavoured water at the gym. It's quite nice. I quite like it. And I think it's worth the £4 because I'd probably spend that on, I don't know, bottles of water or something anyway. So, why not? But as I've said, I hope you guys are having a good day. I hope you're staying out of the rain. Where I'm from in England, it is raining. It is quite heavy rain as well, So I've had the windscreen wipers on the quick setting today. They've been going crazy. So I don't think I've used my quick windscreen wipers this year yet until now, until today, until this day. This is the day that I used them. I got my Catalina wine mixer shirt on. If you know what that's from, then do feel free again to sound off in the comments section. Catalina wine mixer from Prestige Worldwide. If you know what that is from, if you know the reference to the film, do let me know. I did put a reference out in my channel a couple of days ago, and I was surprised actually. I was surprised by the amount of people that didn't recognize it. Of course, the movie was RoboCop that I was referencing in my short. It was RoboCop Ed 209, where he says,
You now have 20 seconds to comply. And
yeah, there were only very few people that got it. I think only around 3, 4 something people actually got the reference, which was quite surprising to me. I don't think RoboCop's that old, like the older version, not the newer version. The newer version isn't as good as the older version because it's not as gory, it's not as gruesome, and it doesn't really mock the systems like the government as much as the first one. If you like a movie that mocks the government, that mocks the police, RoboCop is right up there. All the police, all the government in that movie are just that blast the guy once they dropped the gun. Yes, you know what I'm talking about. Well done, that man. Well done. Right, we are on 12:30, so I'm going to start my other device recording now, so you can watch later if you'd like. And hello all, welcome to Not the Evening News. I'm your host, Dick Payne, and this is on DPR, Deeper News. So our first story of the day is a female Uber driver who basically took her passengers hostage until they gave her a tip. That she just locked the doors, kept pressing the lock button, or held it down, it looks like, the lock button, and wouldn't let them leave until they tipped her. The passengers, they tried explaining to her, look, tipping is it's optional in Britain. It's not, you don't necessarily have to tip in Britain. But she refused it. She refuted it and just said, you're not getting out of this car until you give me a tip. Well, that's phenomenal. Again, it's a cultural thing, you know. Maybe this woman has come across from America or something. Maybe she's just been told that Britain has a tipping culture and has taken that to heart, you know. And rather listening to the British people saying, I don't necessarily have to tip you, she just thought, well, you know, you're my hostages now and you will tip me. Each to their own, you know. If that was me in the car, I have no problem with smashing a window or anything like that, you know. Yeah, I don't stand for any nonsense anymore. I'm too old now to stand for any nonsense, you know. If anyone gives me any crap, I'm more than happy to meet that crap with well, you know. Next news story. We are getting posters being put up around seaside resorts and in London warning people that it's not okay to poop in the street. Yes, you heard that right. Poop in the street. Now, I saw a video of this just this morning, actually, of a guy that was just casually walking through London, and he looked down like a wide lane. It wasn't even like a little lane, like a little dark lane or anything like that. It was a perfectly decent sized lane. Where, you know, you'd expect some shops to be down or something like that, and there was a guy just, you know, doing a dump. Now, I've never had a problem from this. I've never experienced it myself. But if posters are having to go up to warn people not to do it, then I mean it must be a problem. It must be. There must be enough people doing it that it's now a problem. Across the country, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised at that. I was surprised by the video this morning as well. Again, it's not something I've come across before, but if it's happening, you know. So inflation alert: CPI rate rises to 3.4% in cost of living blow. So the consumer price index, that's the CPI, by the way, rate of inflation jumped to 3.4% in the 12 months to December 2025, according to the latest figures in the Office for National Statistics, the ONS. We all know the ONS. For the 12 months to November 2025, the CPI rate came in at 3.2%, which signalled an easing in inflationary pressures amid ongoing cost of living crisis. This comes as another blow to Chancellor Rachel Reeves, who has attempted to bolster the UK economy since Labour returned to government in July 2024. Economists and myself previously predicted inflation would have ticked higher last month due to Christmas getaways, helped fuel prices rises at the end of the year. Basically, she's crashing the country. That's the only way you can word this. There you go. If you see that as good news or bad news, that is entirely up to you. You know, it's like when the bank cuts their rates, people say, "Oh, that's great news. That's great news." No, it's not. It's they're encouraging you to take on debt that the government has taken on, and they want to pass that debt on to you. So what do? They lower interest rates so that you're more likely to take on more debt. It's good strategy, really, and it works because people do they do take on a lot of debt when it's readily available to them. So if you're a person that's got a lot of debt at the moment, expect bailiffs at your house immediately once you stop making payments or have a little bit of trouble with that. Because that's another thing that happens when we're in this situation, when you have an economy that isn't growing or even holding steady. You know, everyone wants their money. And if you show signs that you can't pay your money, then yeah, they just come after you. Yeah. Donald Trump brands Chagos deal act of great stupidity and total weakness in extraordinary attack on Britain. Yeah, well, it is. You know, it's ridiculous. We need that island for strategic, sort of army base placement, because of the position that it's in, and not only that, it's British territory anyway. Why would we give away British territory? Unless you're a moron. Enter Keir Starmer, gives it away. And not only does he give it away, he makes us pay for them to take it, for Mauritius to take it. That is the worst deal in history. That is absolutely ridiculous. But, you know, it looks as if he's going to be going ahead with it anyway. I'm not surprised in the slightest. That is just Keir Starmer. He doesn't understand. He can't understand anything other than lefty sort of ideology. And I mean, we all have to pay the price for it. It costs all of us. This is Sky TV for you. This is from a woman on X, and she's given us a story about Sky. You know the Sky TV brand. Everyone knows Sky. So listen up for her story. I phoned today to tell them the bill payer, my other half, had died and therefore could not afford to keep it on myself. Makes sense. She had two incomes. She's now got one income, being her partner has unfortunately passed away. I was asked if I was on benefits because that might cover the cost, or I had to pay £600 because he died mid-contract. Bastards. Yeah, there's no other word for them than that. Just bastards. Absolutely disgraceful. Your partner dies and you call up just to say, look, I don't have two incomes now. Unfortunately, I can't afford Sky. And they say to you, oh, we want £600 because your partner has died mid-contract. Oh, I'm fucking sorry. I should have told him not to die yet and wait until the end of the Sky TV fucking contract comes up. Is that what you expect people to do? Absolute dickheads. But that's again, it's another perfect example of how these companies, how the country do not give a crap about you. Even in death, they will still say, well, you owe us £600. Absolutely disgusting. Absolutely just, there are no words for it anymore, you know. Locals in Northern Ireland give a warning to landlords who want to sell their souls for HMO migrant money. Good on them. Well done, Ireland. I like Ireland is moving up my my standards. You know, I really like Ireland at the moment. And it says there's a picture. It's right here in front of me. It says warning landlords, local homes for local people. And I don't know if you've seen in other news that the Irish I don't know if it's all in Southern Ireland as well, or just Northern Ireland, but they will burn down properties if there's any inkling that it's going to be turned into a HMO. If there's any suspicion that it's going to be invaders occupying that property, they will just burn it down. Yeah. I was going to say how I feel about that, but I can't, obviously, online, because I'm sure that would be incitement. So there you go. The way this officer speaks to this woman, so this is from a woman called Jo Hart, and Joe is spelled J-O. The way this officer speaks to this woman is disgusting. She was explaining that one of the migrants from Wethersfield had his full face covered, and she felt intimidated and found it offensive. He clearly wasn't interested in listening to her and kept talking over her. So if it's a white person, if it's a British person saying, I'm offended, I'm intimidated, then they don't care. Boo-hoo, lady, boo-hoo, go home. Lock yourself in your house. That is the only safe space for you now, because the police do not give a shit about you. They are out for the invaders now. They work for the invaders. Okay, even our police officers aren't safe on the streets anymore. This is from a woman called Donna Louise. Shocking incident in South Shields last Saturday, King Street area. An officer was assaulted with a bladed article and suffered cuts to the face after approaching a person of interest. So he wasn't even arresting the guy. He was just approaching the guy saying, you're a person of interest. You look familiar. You look like a criminal that I should probably arrest. And the guy just pulled out a weapon and started slashing at the officer's face. Now, I can't say how I truly feel about that. But, the police made their bed. That's all I'll say about that. I have absolutely no respect for the police whatsoever. They have been against me and mine for a very long time, and we do not get along at all. We do not understand each other, me and the police. Nurse who called trans paedophile Mr. is facing the sack. Now, this has been overturned now, and I believe she's been let back to work. But they just the trial, just the warm up to the trial, just the way you're treated when accusations like this fly your way is enough of a punishment anyway. You don't have to go to prison to be punished. You don't have to pay fines to be punished. Simply having people out there that are looking at you day to day and whispering, that's that woman, she's a misogynistic trans hater, she is. And you're not. You're literally just somebody that doesn't want to play those silly games. And that's absolutely fine. If you're a person that doesn't want to call a trans man a woman, and you want to call them a man because they are in fact a man, then who's to say that's wrong? Seriously, who is to say that is wrong and that it shouldn't be done? In my book, it's absolutely fine. Trans people grow a pair. Yeah. Trans people, look, you're going to get people that will misgender you and things like that. There's no need to throw all the toys out of the pram. There's no need to go crazy. There's no need to cancel people. There's no need to do any of that. Just pull your big boy pants up or your big girl pants up and just deal with it. Fucking hell. Gran, 66 years old, died after being knifed 18 times by gory video fan at bus stop. A 66-year-old grandmother, Anita Mukhay, was fatally stabbed 18 times while waiting at the bus stop in North London. The court heard that the alleged attacker, 24-year-old Jala Debala, was unknown to the victim and may have been influenced by violent videos. Dabala, who reportedly had a fascination with knives, has pleaded not guilty. The trial of facts is underway, and to determine his responsibility. Well, his responsibility is that he was the one that had the blade and knifed her, by the sounds of it. That sounds like an open and shut case, you know. But there you go again, that's just me. This is one of those things where Sadiq Khan is screaming from the rooftop saying, hey, safest city in the world, this. It's so safe, it's wonderful. Everybody loves London, it's so safe. And then you read stories like that every day, literally every day. You know, that there is a war going on in England. It's just that the English haven't started fighting yet. That's all there is to it. Cash-strapped councils accused of bribing parents with £5,000 to drive disabled kids to school, ditching taxis to save billions. Imagine that. Imagine your school coming to you and saying, do you mind giving this a kid's lift to school? Because we can't afford it. You know, the council can't afford it. So the burden now falls to you. And do you know what? A lot of English people are so polite. They'll say, oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Hang on.
They'll say, oh, yeah, okay, I'll do that. It does seem a little bit unfair that this isn't my burden, my responsibility. But I guess I'll have to go along with it. I'll see them Monday.
And that's usually the way it goes, you know. I think people in Britain need to toughen up right quick, right fast, and learn to say absolutely not. No. Keir Starmer's small boats record officially worst of any PM after 65,000 cross under Labour's watch. So since Labour have been in power, 65,000 migrants, invaders have come across to this country that you are all now paying for. Thanks, guys. Thanks for paying for the invaders. I don't need to read any more into that. I don't think you all get it, don't you? There's people coming across from France in dinghies to Britain, and Keir Starmer has made it so much worse. It's now a much bigger problem than it was ever before. So well done to Keir Starmer. Again, let's have a cheer. Let's have an applause. Oh, wonderful! What a life he lives. And there you go. Well done to Keir Starmer, you utter reprobate. We have my laptop just plays up all the time now. It drives me crazy. But there you go. We have Donald Trump proposes a $1 billion fee for countries seeking permanent membership to the new Gaza Peace Board, which aims to oversee Gaza's transitional administration. The board's creation has caused diplomatic tensions. So Donald Trump is... I love it. And do you know what? The only country that will pay it are the weak ones. Starmer will be straight in there. He will be straight in there. He will pay that, what was it, billion dollars? Yeah, $1 billion. He will pay that in a heartbeat. And then they'll probably just drop it and just say, nah, you don't have to now. And Starmer will go, well, what about that $1 billion that I paid? And they'll go, no, you can't have that back. And Keir Starmer's so weak, he'll just go, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, do you know what I'd do? If I was dealing with somebody that stupid, I'd pull a load of stuff like that. It would be so funny. The only rubbish thing about that, obviously, is that Keir Starmer is our Prime Minister. It affects us. But he is just an absolute joke. So, it's just funny as hell to watch him try and be Mr. Big Shot, try and be Mr. Big Man, and just fail time and again, over and over and over. It is hilarious. I love it. Rachel Reeves chickens out of flagship city speech as Trump tariffs threaten the UK market, sending the UK markets plunging. The Chancellor has abruptly pulled out of London Stock Exchange event where she was set to hail new golden age for the city and unveil easier listing rules. Rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. She's crashing the economy. I can see why she pulled it. This isn't the first time this has happened, by the way, Eva. I believe she got ignored at the World Economic Forum. She was meant to give a speech last year at the World Economic Forum, and no one turned up. Literally no one was there to listen to her. I think the only people that watched it online were people looking just to take the piss out of her. And I mean, why would you listen to somebody that's completely illiterate and failing on in the economy? Why would you listen to her to speak about the economy? It makes no sense. You wouldn't. It'd be like listening to me talk about Power Rangers. I have no idea about Power Rangers. I couldn't even tell you any one of their names. Why would you listen to me speak about them? It's exactly the same. It's no different with Rachel Reeves talking about the economy. It's absolute nonsense, anything that comes out of her mouth. Drinky. Polish Iwa Zakakowska tears into Ursula von der Leyen for 90 seconds, a full minute and a half. You want war? Send your husbands and sons to the front lines, not ours. Yep, I absolutely agree with her on this. Europe is a joke. It's not just Britain that's a joke now. It is all of Europe, because we're destroying ourselves basically. The fantastic thing about Britain though is it's Keir Starmer. He is just so funny as a failing prime minister. I could watch him fail at anything because it's hilarious just to watch him flail about, you know. He's like one of them wacky inflatable flailing whatever it is man. He's like one of them, just flailing about with words, just word flailing. He says something and then 2 days later backs out on it. He says something that's a complete lie. He says something that's completely wrong, and then, you know, he'll go ahead with it anyway. It's just absolutely ridiculous. He is a traitor to the country. We have a video that's circulating at the moment of Muslim army mobilizing on streets of Britain. This is a woman that has an invader accommodation next to her house, and she's been videoing the Muslims coming out of that invader accommodation into the park, it looks like, opposite. And honestly, they look like a military unit. They're dressed all in black. And they look like they're training for something. So, you know, be ready for that or not. It's completely up to you. I'm ready for it. Are you? Or are you going to be one of these people that just says, no, it's not happening. It's not happening. I refuse to prepare. I refuse to do anything. It's not happening. We're all friends. No, you're not. They hate you. And if you don't prepare for it now, then prepare to fail later. There you go. Word of wisdom there. In Norwich, a group of thugs called the Somali Boys take delight in going around beating up teenagers and harassing girls. They appear North African and here... Sorry, this isn't spelt very well. It's putting me off. They appear North African and here act as a pack using baseball bats to hospitalize a boy. A guy's been hospitalized by a pack of Somali boys that have formed a gang, and they are calling themselves Somali Boys, and they are going around attacking white people. They're attacking specifically British people, and they are harassing girls as well. Again, you can sit there and say it's not happening, and until it actually happens to you. There's a lot of people that don't care about things like this until it happens to them. Well, as a person that has experienced this kind of thing in their life, I can tell you it happens, it's happening. It most likely will happen to you now with Operation Scatter. If you don't know what Operation Scatter is, that is something that Labour announced when they came into power. Operation Scatter is to scatter the invaders across towns and villages across the country. So if you live in a town, village or city, basically anywhere in Britain, they're coming to you. Good luck. MPs says the Jemrick's defection to reform is a clear sign the Tory party is finished. MP says it's just repeating itself. Yeah, I agree. The Conservative Party are absolutely finished, but so are the Labour Party. I deem it hypocritical for anyone to vote for Conservatives or Labour. If you're a person that wants to vote Conservatives or Labour, in my opinion, you're a bit of a moron, because all you're doing there is voting for more of the same. What we need is a brand new government that can come in, reveal everything that previous governments have been up to, and absolutely crucify them. And the only way to do that is to vote in a government that isn't culpable at all, that hasn't been in government all this time, that can just look at all the evidence, release all the evidence. They've got nothing to worry about. If I formed a government, that is the first thing I'd do. I'd release all files on anything the previous governments have done, because you're not liable for any of it. Who are liable? Well, everyone that's in the Conservative government and everyone that's in the Labour government. And not only that, the police, they are very liable as well. Fostering homes, we all know what's been happening there. There's so many people that have been in on this, that are all protecting each other. Like I said, you just need a completely new party that's not liable for anything that's happened in the past. Get them in there so that they can just say, right, this is what's happened. How would that be a bad thing? Whether that is Reform or not, or Advance UK, I don't care. I just want a brand new party that just aren't culpable for it. That's all that matters. That if they could just get into power and just say, right, we're releasing everything, we're releasing all files on everything, and actually give the British people some truth, rather than having to cover for each other and themselves, because it's just absolutely disgusting. Okay, let's see what else we've got. It's exciting, isn't it? So I've got a story here that it's unconfirmed. I can't say. I've looked into it a little bit, and honestly, I don't know whether it's true or not. But I'm going to give you the story because it's kind of funny. But please do take it with a pinch of salt. This may not be true. I would like to put that out there first. This story that I'm about to tell you may not be true. Everyone got that? Good. Right. So Dylan Mulvaney, the trans influencer, will now be playing Anne Boleyn, the 16th century British Queen. Why? Why? Why is that happening? I honestly, I don't know if that's true or not. But I can tell you now, that movie will flop. I can tell you right now, that movie's going nowhere. No one's going to see that. Oh my God. Yeah, again, I can't say whether it's absolutely true or not. But these days, I'm not surprised if it is true. It's just something that I found particularly funny. Okay, my laptop is playing up again. So Ed Miliband has approved the UK's largest solar farm to date, covering a massive 3,000 acres in Lincolnshire. That's the equivalent of 2,000 football pitches. This is intentional vandalism of the countryside. Yep, I absolutely agree. Yep, there's plenty of car parks out there that you could build a structure over and put solar panels on top of those. Yeah. Why don't they do that? Why? I genuinely don't understand that. It's something that just doesn't make sense whatsoever. And Incest Ed Miliband, he is definitely a product of incest, without a doubt. He just doesn't know what he's doing. I guarantee you somebody's gone to him and said, well, yeah, we could put these on fields. And he's gone, brilliant, love it, going with that. Yeah, that is the best way to do it. That's all there is to it. He's just an absolute moron who just needs I can't explain my hatred for the bloke, put it that way. I mean, we shouldn't have somebody that's born out of incest in government anyway. Let's put it that way. Their brains don't work properly. You see, their brains don't work correctly. So there you go. Somebody's just put control the food supply, control the people. Yes, you are absolutely correct. That's why they're attacking the farmers as well. This is happening all across Europe. I mean, where are we going to get our food from? If this happens all across Europe, where are people going to get their foods from? God knows. Yeah, but you're right. SK Storm, congratulations. You are absolutely right. Control the food supply, control the people. Nice one. But it makes no sense in Britain as well, particularly because you're letting a hell of a lot more people in as you're killing off farming. So you're creating less food for more people. Crazy. Insanity. Absolute insanity. But but there you go. We have Keir Starmer at the helm, who doesn't understand. He doesn't understand how to piss in a pot, does he? You know, it wouldn't surprise me if every day he just pisses his pants at midday and, you know, there's somebody that's paid just to hold an extra pair of trousers for him, quickly cover it up and then change him in a cubicle somewhere every day at midday because Keir Starmer just pisses his pants. Anyway. 83% of voters say May elections should go ahead. Everybody knows Keir Starmer is stopping these elections because he would lose them. He is a dictator. He is a fascist. This is tyranny. I don't like those words because they're used by the left all the time, so they are vastly overused. Everyone's a fascist to them. You know, everyone's a dictator to them. But in this case, yeah, I have to actually agree with them. He is a dictator and he is a fascist. There's evidence of this. One, because he's a dictator, because he will do exactly what he wants to do and listens to no one, even if it means destroying the country. Dictator. And he's a fascist because he is arresting people for speaking their mind about things that he doesn't want them speaking about. Fascism. There you go. Well done. Yeah, SK Storm, good point. I reckon Keir Starmer has zero clue how to drive a manual transmission vehicle. You know he doesn't. You know he doesn't. He looks at that gear stick every time and is just completely confused by it, just completely befuddled. You know, he just sits there looking at it and just I doubt he's even touched a manual car's gear stick because it's too intimidating to him. The flatulent little fucking wine baby. So heartbreaking. A Christian student in Pakistan was reportedly brutally beaten by an Islamist teacher for wearing a cross. Pakistan is becoming hell for non-Muslims if asylum is granted to radical Islamists in Britain. Why not to the real victims of radical Islamists? Who will save them? Well, no one. If you're anything other than a Muslim in a Muslim country, you're a moron. You genuinely are. You have no rights whatsoever. And there's a video of this, by the way. There is a young girl, probably 14, 15. She's getting beaten by a man in his 40s, maybe. And yeah, that is absolutely normal to them. That is absolutely fine to them, you know. So yeah, if you're a non-Muslim if you're a non-Muslim in a Muslim country, you're a moron, absolutely. But the problem is that all these other countries now, Western countries, are going to become Muslim countries. Make no mistake about that. You can hate me all you want. You can criticize all you want. You can say that I'm lying all you want. It is happening. Okay. An Australian teen hunts down the Pakistani Muslims who sexually assaulted his younger sister. The Muslim attempted to justify his actions, but the enraged brother delivers a swift, devastating beating. Yep, again, if you didn't catch my video this morning, you will... if you didn't catch my video this morning, then I will explain that this is how gangs form. That guy now, that kid, that Australian teen who had to stand up for his sister, he will likely stand up for other teens now. He'll stand up for other people's sisters, and then their brothers will say, "Oh yeah, I'll come with you on the next one." That's how gangs form. The next thing you know, you've got a crew of 10 of them that are just out there saying, "Right, let's go and hunt some of them." Gang. Well, nice one. Well done. England, what the hell are we doing? Khamenei supporters in London chant, Labbaik, Ya Khamenei, I am here for Khamenei. This is what I presume is Muslims that are protesting for the Islamic Republic in Iran. So they're protesting for the government in Iran. Wow, that is a ballsy move. Now, if you've seen any of these Iran protests, you'll know that the anti-regime protests for Iran, they have been dealt with so harshly. I reported on it a few days ago. The police just went in there, battered everyone, and even arrested people at the hospital while they were seeking medical attention from the battering that the police gave them. Muslims go out and do it and say, no, we love Iran's Islamic Republic. Police just stand there, do absolutely nothing. So well done to the police there. You've once again shown your true colours. And I genuinely don't feel bad for anything that happens to police. I genuinely don't. Whenever I see, a police officer was hurt on duty, I laugh, frankly. I genuinely do. Screw them. All Met police recruits must pass an interview with an Islamic community assessor. This enabled the Islamic capture of the Met, which is why they don riot gear. Yeah, oh my God. I honestly did not put that there on purpose. That's completely by by chance. Yeah, that's exactly what I was just saying. The police have been basically they've just bowed down to Muslims. I don't know if you saw recently the West Midlands police constable, like a high up guy. And he admitted to creating AI fake images of the Tehran fans that were going to Birmingham, misbehaving, causing problems. He created fake evidence basically to keep them from going to Birmingham to watch their football team play sports. And that's what you're dealing with, police officers that are more than happy, that are willing to make up fake evidence to support their narrative. And it's no different from the government. They're all one in the same. In Sussex, England, a Christian street preacher, Ollie Sabatelli, is threatened with arrest for simply preaching from the Bible, even though there is no ordinance prohibiting the use of loudspeaker. Officials say amplification of the word of God causes alarm and distress. But go out with the Quran, you're absolutely fine. You're absolutely fine. No problem whatsoever. So yeah, that basically we're going to become an Islamic state, whether you like it or not. Okay, demon-inspired, shameful leftists protesters stormed a church in Minneapolis, America, disrupting worship, but would never do it to a mosque. This we know for sure. They are bigoted and racist. Yeah, I genuinely don't understand how the Muslims and the leftists paired up, how they sort of joined causes, because they do understand that in Iran and other captured countries, the leftists are the first to be killed. They are the first to go. Again, if you don't believe me, look it up for yourselves. It's already happened. Yeah, so basically, when the Muslims get control over here, they will, all those lefties that they've been hanging about with, they'll just kill them. That'll be it. Because they hate them. They do hate them. And they've already started to show their hatred. I've seen a couple of videos now of a quiz for Palestine. The Muslims went over, beat them up, and told them to get lost. They're not welcome anymore. Because they don't need them anymore. They don't need them. So piss off. And there was another one where a leftist was standing there, and he says, "Yeah, solidarity, brother." And the Muslim said, "Fuck off, mate. You're not with us." And he said, "Yeah, I am. We're on the same team." And the Muslim just said, "No, we're not." Carried on marching. Do you know what? Again, it's one of those things where I hate that it's happening, but when you see it happening to lefties, it is so funny. Just to see their little face, just upset, just a little upset. Yeah, we told you it was coming. 2 more Met officers. 2 more suspended sentences. 2 Metropolitan Police officers who sexually assaulted a woman at Central London casino while ignoring her pleas for them to stop were given suspended sentences by a court on Monday. So that was, 2 days ago. They got a suspended sentence. Yeah. Noncery and attacking women is nothing out of the ordinary in Britain now. We are again, if you don't believe me, look it up. We are the nonce capital of the Western world. Immigrants, invaders have admitted to taking holidays in Britain so that they can abuse young girls and then they'll go back home. A nonce holiday. It's happened in Britain. It continues to happen in Britain. Again, if you don't believe me, please do look it up. 16,000 protesters shot dead for what the BBC tried to pass off as complaints about the Iranian currency. Okay, so quick briefing. If you don't know, Iran is under Islamic occupation. The government and everything out there is Islamic. You have to live under Sharia law. Women have to wear burqas or a hijab. Yeah, you get the general idea. So everyone has to abide by Sharia law out there. Well, they've had enough of it. Iran is a mostly Christian country, but they just have an Islamic occupation basically in government. And they've had enough of it. So they are fighting tooth and nail to remove that government, to get democratic government back into power. Because obviously once Muslims take over a country's government, they stop any voting or anything like that. It just becomes a dictatorship, because you can't vote for differentials with Allah. The word of Allah is eternal to them. So yeah, and then obviously this happened in, I believe it was 1974, that they took power. And yeah, the Christian people in Iran have just had enough. All the shop closed down. The internet is closed down. The lights at night are closed off. They do not work anymore. They do not switch them on anymore. Deliveries of food, things like that, they're not going ahead. So the Iranian government are basically trying to starve the population of Iran into submission. What the Iranians have done in that scenario is they are targeting the Iranian Islamic Republic's properties, and they will just go in there and either eat their food or just destroy it, burn it. Yeah, get rid of it, because they're literally saying, well, if we're not going to eat, you're not going to eat. And that's their mentality now. Well done to them. I wish I could go across there and help them out. But obviously I'm doing this, and this is way too important. I'm raising awareness for them. I'm just joking. Like, literally no one watches me. That was great. Oh, what a life. What a life. Okay. So a newspaper outlet has asked the question on everyone's mind. At last, they've asked the question on everyone's mind. Everyone's been thinking about it for the last 10, 15 years. And that question, of course, is coffee racist? How drinking coffee perpetuates white supremacy. So apparently coffee is racist, yeah? Righto, fuck it. Yeah, all right, yeah, that is racist apparently. All right, yeah, okay, fuck it. This is just one of those fluff nonsense pieces that they clearly have nothing to write about. They're probably not allowed to write about anything important or actually happening in the country. So they just make up these nonsense fluff pieces of crap news that no one really pays any attention to. Seriously, is anyone picking up that story and saying, yeah, actually, I think coffee could be racist? No one is reading that shit. Somebody has said, it's not nonsense, you are just ignorant to it. You're a prick. Please do fuck off. Please do. Get lost. Leave the live stream now. Seriously, go away, you twat. There you go. Breaking teacher Enoch Burke arrested again at Wilson's Hospital School after refusing to affirm transgender ideology. We spoke about this earlier. Not everyone has to affirm transgender ideology. It's completely up to the person. You cannot force somebody to say something. You cannot force somebody to believe something. I believe that a man is a man and a woman is a woman. That you can't become a woman, you can't become a man. Sometimes I will play along with that little game if a woman, if a she says to me, oh, well, you know, I'm a woman, but I can clearly see it's actually a man, I might play along. It depends on how I feel on the day. If that gets me cancelled, then fuck it, cancel me. I refuse to live in this woke rubbish world that the left have created. It's absolute nonsense, and it is crashing down around you. And when it does crash down around you and all of your stupid little schemes are over, I will be at the top of the mountain, just screaming to the high heavens. I will be laughing. I will be giving everyone who went against it a round of applause. I will be cheering. Oh man, it will be awesome. I'm just pressing buttons. Why not? Right, that's cancelled with 2 viewers, bro. It's the eternal victim. Yeah. Carry on. It doesn't bother me. Anyway, that's all for now. I've reached the top of my new segment. I have got one more, actually. Let's have a quick look what it is. Just keep it under an hour. Okay, school urgently shuts down and pupils sent home after a body was found on the grounds. Again, if you follow me regularly, if you watch my videos regularly, you'll know that there have been so many schools closed down now. They go into lockdown and things. Usually it's actually for an invader entering the property, entering the school grounds. But lately it's been for dead bodies and things like that. Another thing that's coming up a lot lately is the students themselves that will bring weapons into school, or a child from another school comes into a school to do harm to somebody. But schools, nonetheless, they are suffering. They are suffering because of the invaders that keep going onto the grounds. They are suffering because of students that have got an imported ideology now and carry knives and things about. How do we know this? Well, it never used to happen when I was at school. It never used to happen throughout British history in schools. But now it is, because we have invaders left, right, and centre. Well done if you support the invaders. You're a complete fuck up. Your parents probably despise you. It wouldn't surprise me. Thanks for watching. If you're right wing, well done, and God bless Amelia. I'm loving that Amelia stuff that's going on at the minute. The videos that people are making, oh, brilliant, absolutely fantastic. Long live Amelia. Thank you, everyone. This is me, over and out. Goodbye.